ridiculous. But the Fin stack against Choke Gaming, who are apparently Americans, that's just because they didn't set a flag. But Choke Gaming here on the T side on Cobble, again the best of one. It's map of the week format in main, so this is why you're seeing just one map. So Choke gonna work their way into the drop room, and oh my gosh, Peggy with the burst fire will delete Belsty from the round. What are these names? SEO LOL will also take out Kiss with another nice well-placed Glock shot. The Terrace got themselves a 4-on-1 as Peggy will peek out and take another. And Toffee will find SEO LOL over there in the hut. And he's trying to do it. He's trying to pull off the heroics. We certainly witnessed some last night. Crazy Smurf, though, is in a pretty good spot. Not even going to give him the peek. He'll just wait patiently and find himself that final frag.
Wow, they really caused a lot of rotates there. Trying to, it looked like, by watching the minimap, that it was going to be some type of A-split, and that's what RCTIC expected as well. And there was only one player left to drop. They got the bomb in at B, and obviously got themselves into an afterplant, so a simple fake ended up working out really nicely.
Most things do when you hit those headshots, as I think it was Peggy that had two of the nicest ones on that round, but now we can see Choke Gaming with the 1-0 lead just rushing into the mid-room, previously known as Water, and storming into the A site where RCTIC are in a kind of an awkward spot. Toffee's going to go ahead and try to peer out of danger through that smoke, but going to be greeted by that ump almost immediately. Now Crazy Smurf pushing through the other side, and, well, Choke Gaming, they got the stranglehold on RCTIC right now in these first two rounds.
Yeah, not losing a single man. I mean, they got 3 Mac 10s to lose. They really wouldn't mind chasing here because they're getting players with armor, and RCTIC happy to do the fight themselves.
Well, it looks like Toxic will actually find 1 kill for himself, and that was, you know, a bit of a force buy there, if not totally a force buy. It seems like Toffee didn't buy very much, as he has 3K this round, but everybody else bought into that, even seeing the Nova up there on the board and some pistol armors for the CTs. So that'll impact their round 4 rifle round a little bit.
It seems like unconventional weapons work and drop really well, like we've seen Get Right obviously play drop with a P90, even, you know, on land, the most important matches ever, so it doesn't always make sense, I think, in his eyes, or in some others, to use just really expensive M4s. And here we have a no armor buy, and they're going to try to do some damage. Already getting a kill is Toxic, that's nice for them. And there's just 2 players up. Probably going to get mowed down.
Yeah, more than likely you don't have too much of a chance here. Another Galil shot coming in for Peggy, and another one as he checks the door. Belsty was sitting there just eagerly waiting to get his head blown off. And that'll be 3-0. The rifle round for the CTs coming out now.
Yeah, Toffee, as expected, did armor up on the second round so that he could off. Kiss, however, has a Mag 7. I wonder if he was the one with the Nova, is moving on up in the world of shotguns.
Upgrading those shotties.
Yeah, it's actually going to be one of the A players. So it's going to be a standard 2-3, and surprisingly enough, the op is going to be at the back of B, and this actually makes sense. Oh, but that put pressure.
Wow.
Yeah, that puts a lot
Still
of
with the Mac
Belsty.
10s, too? And Mighty Max gets that opener, keeping all these SMGs onto this. This is actually a massive round. If the CTs lose this one, and that's still, again, fighting a Mac 10, another kill coming in from SEO LOL. They've got it up, a Mac 10, and Galil still in on the round, and now it's only up to, what are these names? Eromoy, and Toffee? I guess that's just finished things. I don't know, probably not. Eromi, maybe, if the 2 eyes are together. Eromoy, I really have no clue, but let's see what they can do. Toffee from the back of B-plat, as you mentioned earlier on, that's where he took the op. Oh my gosh, well, quite a flash, though. He will take 2 damage from a stray bullet, and now he's taken down completely by that FAMAS. Look at Eromi, though, lurking so hard up here in the Harry Potter room.
Now, they ended up playing one person in drop with a FAMAS, like, alone. And then they sent their Mac 10, that was Choke Gaming, to entry on him. Actually got the kill with the Mac 10. Typically, you're sending him down there for information so your teammate can go and trade, but because they had one person there and pretty much no pre-nades to work with, it was an easy entrance. I mean, the Mac 10's even got a kill as he came out of drop, like going towards A. And it seems like Choke Gaming just have no respect for Logitech right now. That was, I look like a very easy round for them. And I think the setup from Logitech was all right. Ultimately, players did end up going in, so the 2-3 could have paid off. But having one player play in drop is a huge risk, and sticking with the Falms is another risk, and then not playing anymore in the B site was a risk, but it ended up being okay from the perspective of it being a 2-3.
Apparently submachine guns are just really OP. Kiss, I felt like it was actually just going to pull up 3 kills there. They're still finally starting to come in as, wow, actually Iromi just still chilling by those haystacks. Will find kind of a cheesy kill there on Imni. And that brings it to a 2-on-2. Belsey, though, is still a pretty rough look for him. He's got a PC-50, no armor. At least Iromi's got the evil Daimyo M4A4. And it's coming to a 2-on-2. Choke Gaming have got the bomb down. Looking for that 5th round already here as we'll go to the 3rd person. That CT coming up the ramp, pretty much hit by that flash. Meanwhile, Piggy will find Belsey. I think that was up on balcony. And Iromi trying to spam. He does have the extra bullets, but actually not really. Only 3 in the mag. And Piggy will just peek out and find another. It's a triple kill for him. What is his frags already? 11. Good God.
Wow. I mean, if Iromi wasn't completely blind there, he was doing so much damage to that stable. He actually was very close to winning that, even on a 10-second defuse, so that wasn't a bad try at all. And on that round, they were just evening up so they could buy here. And so because they brought it to a 1v1, they made it very expensive. That's all well and good. Choke Gaming, however, did really well in the eco rounds, and that kind of counterbalances all their effort there on that force-up. So now they're going to have 2 people in drop, 2-3, 3 towards B. And they're rushing B really hard. No one wants them on back flat.
Iromi will find 2. It's a 3-on-3. It looks like, I mean, the best chance that we've really seen here for RCTIC to get a round up. But just because they got the HP advantage here in this 3-on-3, it doesn't really mean they're going to take it. As that bomb, even with 11 HP, was able to cross the CT economy. Well, there actually were some Molotovs here. And Imni will peek out, find a kill. He's brought down to 2 HP. There's going to be Belsey cleaning that one up. So a 2-on-2. SEO low, also pretty low. Crazy Smurf, though, with the op on the back plat, will bring down Belsey. Now the odds stacked against Kiss. Some flashes coming over. I think that might give away the fact that SEO is kind of, nope, Kiss is not reading that at all. And it may be pretty difficult to do so. Just here's the flash, and didn't notice where it came from.
That's really unfortunate. I mean, even though Rumi got traded out, he got 2 frags, and they had like full site control even on that retake. So they got in the site, there was 3 alive, they had a smoke and a flash, which I don't think they used, and then they were unable to find the frags. So the first person went in by himself with no one there to trade. So I think they needed to just play that a little bit more carefully, as they had a really good opportunity to win that retake, even though it was 3v3 and the bomb obviously being down. It does put it in favor of the terrorists. However, I think that's only the case, more so when you can watch the door, as opposed to not exactly know where the CTs are already in the site.
Indeed. So match going to be paused going into round 7. And while we are starting to see kind of some pauses, tactical pauses at the Pro League level online, it seems like, is this a... this is actually just a ping issue, so this is a technical. Although I'm sure that RCTIC are trying to talk about and figure out about what they want to do. You can see they're going for a bit of a force up here. It's not spending so much of their money as long as they don't continue to buy nades. So like they can force here, have an okay shot at the round, and then still take rifles into round 8 with some smart money management. So
at some point, you're just going to start buying every round, and for good reason, because you need to put rounds on the board. Also, that could start earlier than later if you haven't won a round, period, and that might be RCTIC's case. But yeah, for now they can just half armor, get some nades. You can still win a round with our armor. You can still win a round with just a couple of upgraded pistols. If you have good crossfires, get a little bit lucky, and so you don't need armor to win a round, and you don't have to force sometimes to do it. So they have brought it down to 1v1 in the past, at least once in these 6 rounds. But Choke Gaming really playing at their own pace and bringing RCTIC into their tempo.
Indeed, and we'll see later if we get to use the obvious joke of, will Choke Gaming live up to their name? They've got a big lead. Can they hold on to it? I'll just work it in now. It's a little early. It's ahead of schedule, but hey. Terrace now coming in. Peggy already going to take down Toxic. Peggy going to take down Kiss. And I mean, at this point, I feel like Peggy can pretty much just do it himself. This guy is going to find another. He is nuts. He's 14-1. He's about to ace. He's got 4 kills.
Choke.
For my sanity. Thank you, Toffee, taking that man down.
Yeah, nice 4 frag, a couple of nice headshots. Obviously, versus saving players, but you can any round you get a kill is important. There are 4 players with almost 8K and then 1 with 12. That's going to be the biggest mountain or the biggest hurdle that RCTIC have to overcome going into this round. They have to win this pretty cleanly, and then they have to do it again, and then they might even have to do it again after that. So here's the 2-3 once again. This time, Choker taking a little bit slower. This is the first time we've seen them do that, so let's see if it's going to be successful.
It's also like the first time that Logitech GF really had like a solid round for themselves, as that Molotov, actually Imni doesn't stick around, but it did force Toxic to move off the left side of that door. That was awesome.
Toxic, so he got the kill for it too. He was holding the Molotov. Toxic stood in it, waited for a flash, and then came out.
Well, here we can see Choke Gaming now starting to execute. Peggy has jumped down. The other 3 going to stay up on the platform. It's SEO Lol that finds the first. Peggy will be taken out of the equation here, and that bodes well for RCTIC, who have the man advantage coming into the retake. Already kind of retaking the site. Bomb has not gone down yet. SEO will plant it. Toxic will push through the smoke, only to be shot on site. And now the bomb will go down, so that'll be a 3-on-2. But there are some low terrorists here. Crazy Smurf once again back on that back plat, up on top of the box with that op. And there he goes. He'll get Belty down the right side of the rectangle. And now Toffee trying to work his way in. Oh, he will take Crazy Smurf out of the round. Now creeping around the rectangle. Mighty Max is waiting. And, well, there. It is an op for Toffee. SEO Law with 9 HP. Doesn't really matter how much he has. It is literally ring around the fountain. And it looks like SEO Law is going to win out.
Well played in that 1v1. And, wow, really nice shots from Toffee. Almost won that retake. Furthermore, that was another retake.
Says Toffee.
Furthermore, that retake could have been possible if that bomb got stopped from being planted and that kill was made, as a player jumped through the smoke to kill the planter who had 15 HP. Number one, like, it seemed like a really, really high risk situation to jump through that in a 3v3, but he probably should have got that kill. I mean, I don't even fault him for doing that. That was extremely close. He was super hurt, and our player on back plat made a really nice off shot to shut him down. So.
Wow, almost finding 2. I think, Kiss almost found a double kill right there with the 5-7, and a lot of other damage has been sustained because of the other man there with the P250. I think that was a Romy, but now again, it's over towards the B side. Choke Gaming looking to go 9-0 as Toffee going up the counter boost, trying to get in there and flank. I mean, at this point, Crazy Smurf will just be hanging out on the back of that platform with the AWP. That's exactly where he is. And, well, actually, Toffee not even going to push through. He's just going to wait for some exits, hoping that the op will come his way.
Yeah, they both are in pretty good spots to wait for exits. I think all exit. Oh,
what?
Whoa.
Dang. Also slick work.
Those were all full HP.
And they all died.
Everyone dies. Well, excellent round for them. I mean, I hate to say it almost doesn't matter, but 9-0 for Choke Gaming right now.
You're not wrong. It actually doesn't matter.
I mean, you'll never have enough money to buy you for 6 rounds, but that being said, there is, like, maybe, I guess, the loss bonus, and yeah. I mean, economic damage is not exactly what they're focusing on right now, I guess, is the main point, but putting rounds on the board. And here's Toffee looking for the opening pick. So far, we lost a couple of rounds in after plant situations. They've always been very even. Toffee, very nice pick. Onto the offer too. Smurf just gets destroyed.
It's the second time Toffee's actually hit a headshot in the sniper duel. So something to note there. But it's a 4-on-3. Imni's also going to fall. Looks like finally RCTIC might be able to turn this around. And, personally, I feel it's a T-sided map. 9's about what you want to limit the terrorists to. So in a perfect world, RCTIC Logitech G would be able to pick up 6 rounds here. Assuming they don't drop this 4-on-2.
Yeah, and now they only have 1 at A, so if Toffee somehow died here, that would be, oh my goodness, huge. That was not a shot that he wanted to miss. And there's 3 players on the rotate. Still favoring them, but, I mean...
It's like Launders is the mob boss. It'd be a shame if something happened to Toffee over here holding this angle at the op, huh? As he gets murdered. Not enough evidence to indict him, though.
He's gonna respawn with a horse and...
Oh my gosh, they get the bomb down, and I feel so bad for even saying it. That they might drop this round, and they do. That's 10-0.
That's a
2 on 4.
Piggy, two on 4, 2 on 5.
It might have been 2 on 5, but I think it was 2 on 4.
They got 2 and 3 kills apiece.
If it was 2 on 5, it was 2 on 5 for like a second. Yeah.
Oh, it couldn't have been 2 on 5 because
Toffee got the first kill.
No, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
I thought the exact same thing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're really good at our job.
A horrible buy here for RCTIC, and man, Toffee had such a big round, and then for him to die there made it really difficult for his teammates. I mean, he even had the right play. Like, he knew they were going to come up toxic there, and was able to like have an easy set him up for himself for an easy shot and miss it. So those are the breaks for me.
Oh, Crazy Smurf working his way off this back platform. Oh man, he will find Kiss, who connects with the... Got a shotgun, I'm not sure if it was the mag or not. We see Belty with the mag, he'll fall to Peggy. So, bit of action all over the round. With the initial confrontation we kind of missed was there in the mid room. I think that went like 2 for 2 or something, but Crazy Smurf and Peggy able to close it out. And Peggy already dropping a 20 bomb going into round 12. He's 20 kills, 4 deaths.
Yeah, he's farming right now. They've only got 3 rounds here, well, including this for RCTIC. Do have to make something happen, and it is that situation where you're buying every round, and it makes sense. I don't know what their setup can do to change, but they really just need to play a little bit more carefully. I mean, some of the times it seems like a couple of good decisions or maybe slightly risky decisions have been punished pretty much immediately by Choke, and that's good on them, but... Alright, so we got kills across the map. There's 2 more left. It's actually a 3v2 retake on the A site. They actually might not even be able to cross, so they gotta take slow. They need to not die one at a time here, though.
Well, there's 1.
They should just let...
There's 2. There's 3.
They just didn't even let the bomb... Like, look at the patience of Choke. They just stood outside of the door and waited for people to come in. Mighty Max comes across upper, clearing the most common angle on someone rotating from B to A, and finds a headshot on someone with a deagle. It's like, if they waited for the bomb to go down and had 3 people on a retake, that would be so much more of a force. Even jumping through a smoke and a door, than coming in one at a time, or just trying to stop the bomb from going down. And those are the risks that they've learned that they cannot take versus Choke, and still choosing to do it even though they haven't gotten any rounds yet.
Alright, well, the Max 7 once again coming out here from Kiss, taking it into one of the few spots where you can kind of, I don't know, abuse the shotguns right here under the Long B platform, also in drop, and this is why he is showing it here and might find the first round because of it. He's already picked up a 3K. That is quite a bit of money coming in for him as well, and Toxic able to finish it off. So RCTIC finally on the board, but at this point it might be too little too late.
It seems like if it gets past a immediate site hold at the beginning of a round, RCTIC are not able to win. And so because they were able to do that, I mean, sure, it gives them a little bit of money to work with. They'll have a real buy once again, but that's not something that's new to them. They had the whole first half of the first half to have full buys and couldn't put rounds on the board. So maybe they've learned a lesson, or maybe they'll work on their after plans or have a better go at trading.
Here we go. Romy getting a better spot once again, playing under there. Choke, of course, confident. They've taken B so many times, they're going to go for it again. And here's Imni bringing home a triple. That'll make it a 2-on-2. Toxic, though, is behind them. Toffee, unfortunately, has not rotated over, so this bomb goes down. Where is Smurf going to want to try to put himself? Looks like he's going back towards the B plat. Now he knows that Toxic is behind him, so he's just got to win this aim duel or try to buy as much time as possible. And wow, Crazy Smurf will win it. Now Toffee has shown himself as well, and Immi takes him down.
Choke play at a certain pace, and if you can't keep up with them, you're gonna lose. Now, one of the things, and it's always small mistakes that get punished immediately because their aim is really good. Like in that drop zone, we had Immi come out of draw into someone holding a nade out as a solo man in drop as they were executing B. Like, that was a huge risk. If he kept his gun out, he almost certainly gets that kill because Immi jumps through smoke, isn't looking at him, is coming down at him in the drop. And could have definitely just won that duel and the round for his team. Instead, he pulls out a nade just to do some extra damage. It's not worth it, you know? So it's just a little bit of a risk, and it got punched immediately.
Well, Belty Or Beltsy trying to do it the best he can, getting off that balcony first, jumping in and getting behind the van, but he is brought home. And Aromi and Kiss are the only two left up against 4. Now just Aromi. I feel like he's got to be doing pretty good for his team. Yeah, he's at the top of the scoreboard in terms of score. Toffee's actually got 10 kills. He's got 9. They're doing the best they can, but yeah, you can't really expect him to go ahead and win himself that 1v4 when his own team has been dropping 4-on-2s. It was a rough first half.
That was a rough one, for sure. I mean, 14, what more can you say about it? I mean, Choke Gaming really like this map. It seems they, apart from a couple of just really good after plants, retakes, or denying retakes, and site takes overall, there's almost nothing bad to say about the way that Choke played. It's the only, coming into like the first rifle round, they're like, all right, let's just give this a shot. We've got a couple of Mac 10s. Like, even if we lose this round, we can buy again. That was their mentality, and then they ended up like dominating. So
yeah, and that's
after 2 people got killed with a Mac 10, it's like, all right, so Choke are a little bit better than they are today.
That's a big problem on the CT side. That's the one round that's kind of throwaway, even from the terrorists. A bit of high risk, some reward, I guess. I mean, the risk is giving away that round because you aren't really favored in it when you keep the Mac 10s against rifles. But the reward is, you break the CT economy. You make so much more money because you've got SMG kills. You've got another round where then you don't have to rebuy because you can keep those SMGs again up against pistols and armor because you kind of expect at least some P250 upgrades, maybe no Kevlar, as CTs try to get their economy going again. And it's just, you build so much money. We saw the one round where all the terrorists died, and it was still like fairly early on, not even halfway through the first half, and everyone was almost at 10K.
Yeah, it was I think second rifle round in or something. But yeah, so Choke here, almost certainly going to buy next round even if they lose. And yeah, I'm thinking that far ahead because it's Logitech who only have 1 round going into the second half. We've got a couple of smokes out, Toxic and Tofi, and it looks like they want to put pretty much 5 towards B. I don't know if they're actually going to... It seems like they'll most likely use all the smokes, but here we have a quick push out of A. And since Logitech are taking it slow, they're already getting flanked. The bomb is dropped as well.
I mean, they're taking it slow.
And there's 2 people more on the flank.
Choke, they've got crazy amounts of rounds to work with, so they get very aggressive pushing out A, looking for that information, and well, they find it in the form of 4 kills. Now it's just Tofi who will peek out into 2 players.
The only play that Logitech could have made in that situation was rush B or Choke Gaming, like flank you immediately, and that's exactly what happened. So Logitech tried to play with discipline there and just stick to the plan and simply set up for a slow B take, but without watching the flank, and ended up getting punished immediately for me. Even if they watch the flank, there's 3 people coming, and then, there's so much information, so that was just the right setup. It was kind of like the situation where, you got a team pushing B on cash on the pistol round. So
that did. This is Battlefield. It looked like someone planted C4 at the entrance over to A. That nade went off right as they started to run in. And that's got to be it right there. Just complete domination by Choke Gaming as they suffocate RCTIC out of this one.
Easy for Choke.
Pretty much. Toffee in a 1v4. He was already typing GG in chat, so I'm not sure he believes in himself, even in this, which would be the most important thing, right? He will find that first frag.
That was last round, too.
He's picked up the yeah, he said it last round as well. And now Toffee moving in. They know where he is. And oh gosh, that was a brutal sounding Mag 7 dink to the back of the head. That'll take him down, and that'll be 16-1.